Today is the quarterly filing deadline for candidates seeking offices, and millions are already being raked in by candidates for governor.
Morgan Trow, our Columbus Bureau reporter, has been covering the lead up to the 2026 governor's race. Here's what she's learned from campaign filings.
Shattering expectations.
Now's the time for a different generation of leadership in our state.
Cincinnati businessman Vivek Ramaswamy's campaign filing shows $9.7 million in contributions since February, the highest fundraising that Republican strategist Bob Clegg has ever seen at this point in a race.
So many different avenues now that you have to utilize to get your message across. And that takes money.
In our analysis of Ramaswamy's filing, we found that about 60% of the nearly $10 million he's raised came from Ohioans, with donors from Florida, Texas, California, and New Jersey following. Of that makeup, about 98% of the total contributions came from individuals, not political action committees or PACs. His average donation was $116.
They think he's going to win.
Despite the endorsement from the state GOP, former OSU football coach and Lieutenant Governor Jim Tressel says he's still considering a run.
Every voter deserves a chance to decide what they'd like to vote for.
On the other side of the aisle, former Ohio Department of Health Director Amy Acton raised about $1.35 million, which Democratic strategist David Pepper says is also an unprecedented amount for the party this early on.
Starting from no political background in such a short amount of time, built such a massive base.
We found that more than 80% of her funds came from Ohioans, with donors from California, Florida, Maryland, and New York following. Of the makeup, about 96% came from individuals, not PACs, with an average donation of $40. Talking to us back in 2020, she said her background helped her grow as a leader.
It's made me have a certain resiliency and a focus in crisis.
But there's another name that keeps coming up. Former longtime U.S. Senator Sherrod Brown.
But it's not, I promise you, the last time you'll hear from me.
Brown narrowly lost his seat in 2024 and is being pushed by the party to either run for governor or try to get his Senate position back. But Brown taking over the gubernatorial race is something that Clegg says the GOP doesn't want.
So really, you think the biggest threat to Vivek Ramaswamy would be a Sherrod Brown candidacy?
Yeah, I mean, I think he's the only one that could make this a race.
Now, leaders of both parties are waiting to see what Brown will choose. At the Ohio State House, I'm Morgan Trow reporting.